What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Football Capital. And yes, we are back for another Premier League review show. I have got the boys pretty much a full house today. Lads, the homecoming of Cristiano Ronaldo. Manchester United was the talking point, but we'll leave that one to the end of the podcast. Yeah, because it is going to be a emotional and a long one as well. But boys, how are you guys? How was the Premier League? I know we've all won again this week. There's no upset. I can't rip into Damien. There's no one's rattled this week. It's a bit annoying. No one's besides
It was just
Spurs.
good to have football back, bro, after 1 week break, man. That's
the internationals. The internationals weren't too bad this time around, you know what I mean? But club over country it is, yeah. Club over country every single time. But boys, the Premier League got kicked off and it was Crystal Palace up against Tottenham Hotspur. So pretty much Palace, I think, came into this game with no wins. And maybe just the one or two draws I think Palace had. Spurs sitting nice and pretty on top of that table. And they got their asses handed to them in this one, boys. I mean, 3-0, nil at half time. It looked like it was going to be a bit of a dead game, but bit of an incident with Tanganga and Wilfred Zaha turned into, what were we saying, Seb?
Hell in a Selhurst Park.
Hell in a Selhurst Park a little bit there, bro. Fight Island. Bit of a scuffle there, but Tanganga got one yellow. Maybe it was a bit soft. I don't think the first one he should have committed that foul.
Push?
Yeah, no, the first one was the first one was a push. No, he came in late.
The push was the yellow.
Yeah.
Both Zaha and Tanganga got a yellow for that one.
Yeah, but no. When did he get sent off then? Oh yeah, after that. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, the push. You're right there. But then he gets sent off, and then it's all Crystal Palace from there, boys. How'd you guys see this game from what you did see from it? I know one eye was watching the game, one eye was out on pro clubs. But what did we get? What did we get from this one? Who wants to start it off, Seb, Rami?
Well, to me, it seems like it doesn't matter who's managing Tottenham. They look like they're in a good position, and then something crazy happens like this. It was just they completely fell apart, and I guess Tanganga didn't help the cause. But we saw Edouard come on for Crystal Palace, and he made an instant impact. I think he was on the field for 27 seconds, and it was like literally second touch was the kick for goal, and they went and scored another one, man, and they got something special now. It looks like this top scorer in the Scottish Premier League last season, and Tottenham felt it.
Yeah, well, we were actually talking about him a couple of weeks ago when Rangers and Celtic were going to play in the group chat. We're having a bit of a chat about him, but look, he's probably had one of the. You know, I know Ronaldo was here and some other ones having a few home debuts, but he's probably had the best one out of all of them. He in the short amount of time he was on, gets himself 2 goals, had a few other chances as well. But yeah, Palace with the 3-0, Rami. What do you think about this Spurs team now, bro? Because it's always the same story, like Seb was saying. They're always there at the start. You know, they beat City. We're like, okay, let's see what they go. They beat Wolves 1-0 as well. And they beat who else? Was it? There was another team, another 1-0 victory in the round 2.
They beat Man City as well. Their
first game.
That was the biggest.
Now that was
the biggest thing. No, look, for me, I think you're right, man. I think it's just they can change their manager. It's another story about another club that's going to be the same no matter who they change their manager. Funny enough, it's relatable to Arsenal because everyone spoke about Arsene Wenger wasn't doing much, and now Poch looks pretty good for Tottenham because any manager they're going to get, I don't think they're going to do as good as Poch did for them. That's the reality of it. But we said this pre-season, there was all that drama around the Kane thing, which would have caused a bit of a, unhappiness in the locker room. Plus, they didn't really sign anyone. They haven't really bettered their team. I look at this team, I'm like, it's not better than last season's team. So, look, Crystal Palace, brilliant performance. I agree with you. Even though Ronaldo played for United this week, obviously that's going to be the biggest debut for us. I do agree with you. I think he had a brilliant debut for Crystal Palace because they haven't won a game all season. 0-0, he comes on. Actually, it was 1-0 when he came on, I believe.
Zaha scored the penalty. Yeah,
that's right. Zaha scored the penalty in the 76th minute, I think it was. But he comes on, 2 goals. They haven't won a game all season against Tottenham, who's had a great start this season. It's a way and a half to make your debut for the club.
100%
for sure.
Damo, we got I think Eric Dyer came off early. I think 12 minutes in. Was it a groin injury or something like that? They had Son.
I think hamstring.
Hamstring, was it? Yeah, okay, one of them. Yeah, I think hamstring. So, yeah. Son was out. Most probably one of their best players, and I think even with Kane in this team, most important player. That's what I mean. I know Kane.
Most important player.
I know Kane is the main man there. I know he's the main man. They always rely on Harry Kane, but Son, first time he's out of the squad and get touched up, call it for what it is. Does this Harry Kane situation, like Rami was saying, he hasn't really had the best of games, the last game and this game, but is it a worry for Spurs if he doesn't? I know they always say he never scores in August. I mean, it's September now. There shouldn't be no excuses. But do you see Son as their most important player now going forward and into the future? He signed another 4-year deal not too long ago. Is there time? And do you think? And I've seen a lot especially on social media, a lot of people are saying that when Harry Kane isn't playing and Son is probably their main man, their Spurs play a lot better than with Kane. Or is that the how can I say it? The transition that they're going to, and it looks more likely that Spurs going forward might be better without Kane and keeping Son as their main man.
Yeah, I agree with that, man, because I don't know, when you've got such a big player like Harry Kane, I think you have to involve him, and maybe the coaching staff and the players have got that drilled in their head where if Kane's anywhere outside the 18-yard box or in that attacking role, you kind of have to give him the ball, whereas Son can play that role anywhere across the front three, or even as a 10, as you've seen me come in and pick the ball up. Where if he doesn't get it, he'll make runs in behind and whatnot. It's not always let's go find Harry Kane's feet. Let's go find his feet. So I think, if Harry Kane is playing, the opposition team knows that he's going to get the ball. He wants it at his feet. He wants to get into the box and finish. So they're very one-dimensional that way. But as we saw with Son out, teams know what to expect.
It kind of feels like when Kane's on the field, and boys jump in as well, when Kane's on the field, it's let's get it to Kane as much as we can. Even in this game, you're seeing Dele Alli a bit off, where he's been really good the last couple of weeks. Bergwijn as well, when he's been playing, when Harry Kane hasn't been there, it feels like he's been a lot better than even the back end of last season. But if we look at some of the stats, 4 shots on target to Palace, 18 shots to Palace. Where on the other side, 1 shot on target for Spurs and only 1 on target and only 2 shots. And this is, you're meant to have one of the best strikers, strikers in the Premier League, or one of the best strikers in Harry Kane, and you're only pulling off two shots in 95 minutes or whatever it might be. So that is a problem, I think, going for Spurs especially. I know the red card obviously didn't help him out, but
I honestly reckon it would have been the biggest blessing in disguise if City ended up buying Harry Kane, because they would have got a massive amount of money, plus Kane would have been off that squad. Because I completely agree. As much as probably Kane's a better player than Son, at what he does, I think by far their most important player has to be Son, because it's not only about, obviously Kane's a better player at what he does as a forward, like most goals and assists last season, but it's the overall vibe and mood. You never hear rumors about Son leaving Tottenham. You never hear he's, thinking about other avenues. He's extended his contract. He clearly loves what he's doing. He's clearly always on the pitch with a big smile, and the fans love him. The team love him. The manager loves him. So I think he's definitely the most. He is why they lost 3-0. Him not being there, I think, was a massive reason why. You can have Kane there, but who's gonna link up from the back line to Kane? That's Son.
Yeah, and you've seen it. We've seen it before, bro. We've seen it before when. Obviously, Kane every season he gets his his ankle injury that he gets every season, and once he's out of the team, it's Son that steps up. When Son gets the ball from deep, because he's that kind of player. I know Kane's been doing it since Mourinho came there, but it's sometimes it just doesn't work out with him dropping in too deep. I know he likes to assist and all that, but having that player up front that you can rely on for goals. Is where you probably want Kane. But 2 shots in this game, where was the creativity? Yeah, he was missing in this game in Son. Yeah, so I think I think you boys are right there. But it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure how long he's out for, bro. I'm not sure if it was just a quarantine thing or there's an injury. after that international break. I'm not quite sure, but
They'll need him back soon.
but bro, that is
big 3 points for Crystal Palace, but that's for sure.
Massive.
First win
And
of the season.
Patrick Vieira, the North London rivalry there with him against Tottenham. He gets one over him. All the Arsenal fans were probably celebrating that victory for Patrick Vieira more than their own team in this season. But their Spurs drop their first points of the season. They stay on, I think, they're on 9 points still. Yeah, 9 points. So they drop a little bit, get their first. That's every team. I think now every team has kind of dropped points. But then
it's a bigger loss for them, man. Considering they beat City, I think it's a big loss.
Yeah,
it kind of cancels out. It kind of cancels out
what they've done. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. And because
you would have looked at that, and expected 9 out of 12 points in your first 4 matches.
Yeah, especially with the players that Crystal Palace let go, and especially their form in the last couple of weeks. You're thinking, all right, at least get a if with 10 men, if they did get a draw, get a result out of it, it probably you can say there's a few positives, but I don't know, bro. You're looking at some of them stats, and it's a bit worrying for them. So I don't know. They could be going on. I think they got Chelsea next. Chelsea in the next game. So that might be another one where they're dropping points, but you never know. But we'll move on to Spurs' North London derbies. Arsenal, boys, they're back. Arsenal are back. Arteta, he's the manager. He's in. He gets his first 3 points there, man. Arsenal fans are excited.
They're going to win the league.
They're not getting relegated. For sure now they're not getting relegated. They beat Norwich. In this, you never know. They might be having this rivalry in the championship as well. But it's big 6-pointer there. It's a massive 6-pointer there, boys. Talk to me, bro. What's happening with this Arsenal team? Only 1-0. First goal of the season. Are they back?
Not convincing at all as well. 1-0, tap in. And like we were saying before the podcast, we were saying between us, it wasn't even a massive celebration. It was like a sigh of relief. Like, oh, we scored. Wow, are you serious? We scored our first goal. And it took them having to go into September because they didn't want any goal of the month in August, as we said last time. So
look, you got Edward that played 18 minutes for Palace, more goals than Arsenal in 4 games. Yeah, man, it's worrying times now for Arsenal. I don't know what they're gonna do from here.
It is.
But go on. Sorry, Rams, cut you off.
No. All I was saying is obviously it was a 6-point match because the battle of the bottom, obviously the relegation. I don't want to say relegation with Arsenal. It feels wrong, but you know what I mean. But look, they got the 3 points. I guess maybe this is what they needed to kind of get the monkey off their back, break that kind of bad luck omen they have against them. Maybe this is going to start the next way of winning and getting some results. I don't know. Not sure.
Who do they have next? Do we know? Brighton?
But I think Norwich is.
No.
Yeah, I think we called it, didn't we? For the when
relegation.
We kind of guessed who was going to get relegated. Oh, they're looking horrible. Norwich. I feel bad for him. I feel bad.
Yeah, well, they got.
They lost key players.
Yeah, but
they are to Villa.
Yeah, and I was just about to say Arsenal. Burnley. They got Burnley next. Yeah. And then look, Norwich has got Watford, so maybe this is the time for Norwich to maybe get a result here, bro. Watford, I know that they got some good players in there, but you got to, against these teams that you played in the Championship last year, you got to get the results. And I think that's a good game for them to maybe start their Premier League campaign, where whatever that might be, fighting for relegation, but getting 3 points against Watford for Norwich. It's going to be massive because you think Watford are going to be thereabouts this season as well, especially if they lose more players in January. That's going to be a bit hard for them to stay up. But yeah, man, look, Arsenal, they do got problems. I know they made some signings on deadline day. That Tomiyasu is he Japanese? The Japanese.
Yeah,
so
Japanese.
Look, I think he was a right back, centre back. I'm not sure what position he plays, but he didn't do too bad,
bro. Win the league.
He didn't do too bad, but this is the thing, bro. If they can,
he's a good player. If
they can get these players playing, mid-table is looking good for Arsenal, right? You know what I mean? If they can get them working, but like you got players.
Hey, big question, boys. Big question. Do you guys see these guys making Europa next season?
Do you know what?
Ask me in like 2 weeks.
Do you know what's worrying?
Man, I'm going to say yeah.
Do you know what's worrying though?
Yeah.
The worrying thing is if you guys seen the interview with Edu. And I think on Sky Sports, I think it might have been, and they were asking him, "What's the objectives?" This is the football director, whatever. What's the objectives? And when you got your football director or whatever his role is, saying that we don't look at 6, 8 or top 10. We just want to see the boys play. That's a bit concerning because that just tells you there's no goals. What are the goals? Is Europe top 10? Top 10's not goals.
No goals.
Top
at all.
8 is not goals.
That's what the fans are doing.
There's no Europe there.
You know, watching football.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like he was just saying,
that.
just watch. We want to see all these new players, and so I know they had Gabriel out, and Ben White came back in, and Partey was on the bench. He came on, I think, a bit later on.
He did,
Look, some big players they haven't been using. To be fair, like Partey and Ben White.
Yeah, but for your footballing director, for your
club.
board, for the backroom staff to be saying when asked what is your goal, the first thing should be European football, especially for Arsenal, who never missed out on European football. Now what's that? 3 seasons in a row? No Champions League, maybe 4. Maybe longer. I don't know. When's the last time? When's the last time?
More
Arsenal?
longer than that,
longer
man.
than that. Yeah,
But this is
like 6 years.
But this is this not the
League,
first time they're missing out Europe completely?
Europe completely. Yes.
Yeah, this is what I mean, bro.
Europe,
So as a someone from the board, your backroom staff, you want them to be saying, yeah, Europe. We're looking to go from Europe, not he didn't even start in Europe. He started we're not looking at 6th, 8th, or 10th, top 10. Like fuck, I don't know, Arsenal, bro. Lucky I'm not
he's
stressing,
saying
bro.
that, then if he's saying that, then where's the trust from the players and everyone else?
Exactly right.
Like it stems from the top, yeah. So if that's a belief he has, then why are the players going to
No chance then. No chance. But look, we'll stay in London and we'll go to another, as you can maybe say, a league favourite in Chelsea, 3-0 to Aston Villa. Now, I know it's 3-0. Scoreline looks convincing, but not majority, but parts of that game, Villa looked dangerous, man. Ollie Watkins had chances there. Ings and was it Tyro and Mings had a few chances, but Mendy in goal absolutely saved them. And I think, bro, this guy is
absolutely
at the moment probably you could say the best keeper in the Premier League. If not 1 or 2 with Alisson there, 100%. And he's consistent. He's been consistent since last season as well. Since he's come in, actually.
Since he's arrived.
How many clean sheets did they get? Even under Lampard, and then Tuchel came in, sorted out that back line, and then it just looks like that Chelsea just not conceding at all, bro, this season. I know they conceded one against Liverpool, but that wasn't even a pen. I think that was just a penalty as well. But look, players like Kovacic coming in, doing a great job. And this is the thing. Chelsea, a team that's got depth. You can have Kante, you can have Jorginho. Jorginho was on the bench, I think, for this one, if I'm not wrong. So they got now the rotation, and even Saul Niguez was there. He didn't have a good game. I think he really struggled to try. He really struggled with the tempo of the game, but you never know. It could take him time. We're saying it took time for Thiago to get up to the tempo of the game as well in England. So we'll see what's going to happen with him. But look, they got the players, bro. They got the players there, and Kovacic picks up that ball from halfway, sends Lukaku. Lukaku sends Tuanzebe to the corner shop to go pick up his groceries, and bangs it in with his weaker foot. And we've seen how much that meant to Lukaku. I know he scored in the previous game, against was it Arsenal? But this was his first goal at Stamford Bridge. So you've seen from his celebration how much that meant. How much that goal meant to him. But Chelsea boys, they don't look like they're going to break anytime soon.
Oh, they'll break soon. Everyone's going to break soon eventually, I think. But like you said, it wasn't convincing. Like the score looks convincing. Obviously, they got gifted a goal with a defensive error, I believe.
Yeah, Tyron Mings, I think, passed the back. Yeah,
kind of led to a goal. Like you said, man, like this game was a grind match, man. Yeah, the 3-0 result doesn't show it, but like it was a grind match. Like we talk about stats when it comes to these games, but you look at the stats here, you know, Aston Villa had 18 shots, 6 on target. Chelsea only had 12 and 4 on target. You know what I mean? So fouls, there was 11 fouls each. You didn't say that often. 22 fouls, 11 each in the game. Very, very, very aggressive, it was like I said, it was a grind match. Yeah, the 5 yellow cards in the match. It was just one of those games. And, you know, obviously Lukaku needed that kind of performance at Stamford Bridge to kind of be like, yeah, I'm back. 2 goals, bagged them in, which was good to see. But like you said, man, I don't know if he's going to become like Pep and City, but we're going to start finding it hard to predict the lineup with the players they have in the bench. Like, we don't know who they're going to start and who's going to play next week. And I don't have any Chelsea players in my fantasy for that reason as well. You just don't know. Like now we saw obviously Hudson-Odoi playing and Saul and Jorginho was on the bench. On most weeks, that wouldn't be the case. So it's looking like an exciting squad. Like I said, they've got a squad, not a team. They've got a Champions League winning team, potential Premier League. We don't know what's to come for them this season. But Aston Villa look good, man. I'm pretty impressed with Aston Villa, to be honest. I think they look pretty decent this season.
Damo, Seb, anything to add to that?
Man, for me, it was just Chelsea doing all the things, that kind of Liverpool was doing when they did win the Premier League. Just those little things, all right? The stats, it doesn't show a 3-0 game, but at the end of the day, they won 3-0 at home.
Yep.
They're going to be confident. And if they keep doing this, like, especially against the smaller teams, it's going to be hard to, to knock them off or even go to the bridge, as a big club with confidence. So these are the things to win the league, and they're getting it done.
Seb, anything to add there?
Look, 4 shots on target, 3 goals. That's crazy. That's Lukaku's value and why they bought him. Rami hit the nail on the head there, man. Like it's like Man City. You don't know who they're going to pick. The center of the field. They got how many players? Niguez had a rough first game. Played I think the first half only, but he'll come good. Like he's a good player, and he'll learn. He'll adapt. He'll take time, and he 3-0 in a tight contested game. That's championship material there, and they've definitely made their statement.
Are they getting relegated?
And I reckon they're.
Are they getting relegated? Championship material.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. But
but they're
looking good, man. They look good result.
One promising sign. Like I know, they did well, Villa, but Leon Bailey when he came on, he was looking really dangerous, man. And you can I can see him in maybe 1 or 2 years moving to, if you want to call it one of the big 6 teams. I don't think he will stay at Villa for too long because I think he turned Kovacic, didn't he? Or Alonso, one of them, he turned them inside out, and just his pace and his control on the ball, I think he's definitely one to look out for this season as well. But look, Villa.
It's like Rami said quickly before we move on. Like, right, they lost 3-0, but they shouldn't hang their heads in shame. It's a learning curve for that one. Like they've versed one of the strongest teams on the planet.
That's what it's about, bro. Being clinical and being clinical.
Exactly. So they'll learn. And
and not only that, you look at. I think they have the roughest start to a Premier League season than I think most big clubs. Because they've already versed Liverpool, they've already versed Arsenal. They've got Tottenham coming up and then they have Man City straight after that. And it's like, look who they're versing, and they've managed to get. The worst result they got was a 1-1 draw to Liverpool, which is a great result. It's been a rough start for them, and they're performing, man. They look the goods. It's interesting to see where they're going to go from here.
Yeah, that's right, man. That's right. Chelsea there getting the 3 points, getting the 3 goals, which puts them level with United and Liverpool, and we'll speak about the other 2 games later. Also with the same goal difference, I think everyone's on +8. With the 10 points. But some of the other games that we had in between, we had Watford losing 2-0 at home to Wolves. Wolves really needed that victory. They've lost 3 games from the start of the season, but they didn't look like they deserved to lose any of them games. I think they were probably the better sides when it came to versing United and Tottenham and Leicester as well. So you look at their run, like Rami was speaking out, Villa right there, but Wolves had a maybe even more a more trickier starting campaign there, and now look, they have Watford, who championship team. They just got promoted. You need to get the result there. A good 2-0 victory away from home. Hopefully they pick up a few more points in the next few rounds. We also had Southampton 0-0 to West Ham. West Ham, another team that has been decent, bro. Decent from last season, carrying their form on to this one. I think they didn't do too bad in this game. I think they maybe should have got a few goals, but we've seen Antonio getting sent off there for a second yellow. Very, very silly, and I think all the fantasy Premier League managers who had him in will be absolutely spewing in that one. But
including me,
including Rami, bro. He's got him in two teams, bro.
So.
Yeah.
West Ham is doing next week when they don't have him. That's a big loss
against United as well.
Yeah,
against United. It's good for us.
Good timing.
Very good for us.
And also another one, boys. Brentford going down last minute in the dying minutes of the game against Brighton there, and Trossard.
Brighton.
Yeah, Brighton What did I say? Did I say something else?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. In the last minute, Trossard getting a goal. I think it was Morpie with the assist there. And they're staying, bro. They're staying in contention for your Champions League spots, Brighton, bro. You know, Graham Potter, Lingardium Leviosa, bro. He's just working his magic, getting himself in the top 4. But we'll go on to Leicester City and Man City, boys.
Man City.
Now, look, this is 1-0 to City, getting the job done in terms of results. We're talking about Pep Roulette and Fantasy Premier League and how no one's happy with what Pep makes decisions, but he's kept the same lineup 3 games in a row. That is something you don't see. You never see in a
If
City
I knew
team.
that, I would have. My fantasy team would have been so different.
Hey,
Yeah.
1-0 win.
Yeah.
Not much to grab
And
there.
maybe you could
Hey, but
say
you
they
know
didn't
what?
deserve it. You could say
what?
they
On
didn't
the flip
deserve it.
side, though, you talk about like we were just talking about Chelsea 3-0, but their performance wasn't that convincing. I feel like this is kind of a flip the other way around. Like I think City deserved to win more than 1-0 this match. It didn't happen for them.
I don't think so.
Attacking wise, come on. Attacking wise, they had so many chances. The problem with them is they're not finishing those chances. This goes back to us talking about again them not signing a number 9, and that's what it's coming down to, and that's what it's going to be for them all season. I'm telling you, because if you want to talk about stats, once again, their stats are stupid. 25 shots to Leicester 6. Leicester only had 1 on target.
Yeah,
61% possession.
But when you got how many goals off target, bro? You got only 8 out of 25. 8 on target out of 25 shots, bro. Like,
that's terrible.
And I know Leicester.
That's like
I know
30-something percent.
Yeah, and I know Leicester only got that 1 shot on target, but I think Vardy should have put that away. And I think
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I just thought Leicester could have got a result out of this, a draw, or even nick the win. The possession, you're never gonna get more possession when you play City, anyways. So having that 40% possession for Leicester, it's probably being a bit nice to him. You know what I mean? We see how City just staff people from staff teams with possession. But it could have gone. I know what you mean, bro. I know what you mean. They could have.
And
it
I
could
know
have,
what you
like you
mean,
said,
but
on the same side. It could have been. Leicester getting that equaliser, but then you could see City putting another 5 past these clubs as well, like they normally do. But
but like what you said about Leicester, like Vardy's chance, that's because they have a proper number 9. Like Leicester have a 9. Leicester have a gun 9. Vardy's an absolute beast, one of the best in the league. City still don't have a 9. Like, yeah, all right, like Torres plays in that role kind of. Jesus, moves out wide, but there's no out-and-out 9. Like all these years, City have been used to Aguero, but now it's like I just don't know. And I reckon this is going to be an issue for them all season. They're going to find the problems against teams like Leicester, West Ham, Everton, maybe, where they're going to find it hard like this, man, to put many goals back of the net.
Let's hope so.
I don't know. I reckon against them
that's all
teams,
I'm
I think against them teams they'll get the job done with a few more goals. I just think when it comes to the top 6, especially when you have the teams, so when I don't know if it's just me, but I just see when the top 6 teams play each other at the start of the year, it looks like there's not many risks taken in the game. We saw a little bit with Liverpool and Chelsea. I know they went down to 10 men, but it just felt part of the game that someone was afraid to take risks. Spurs and City, the first game, I know City were trying to get the result, but they weren't taking them risks just in case they copped another one and Spurs killed off the game. So I don't know if it's because these top 6 fixtures are coming early in the season that we're not seeing many goals. But if let's just say this is January, and when these teams play each other, I think the scorelines will be completely different. I think there'll be a lot more goals depending on where they are on the table. But with City, man, yeah, look, we know they're going to be thereabouts. I know they've lost 1 game, won the rest, so they're on 9 points. But look, it is City. They always find a way. Yeah, they starve you with possession, and then they get 1 goal, and then there'll be times where it just opens up and they get 2, 3, 4 goals. So
yeah,
you never know. You never know.
They only scored one. They only scored 1 this week, but they scored 10 in the last 2. So
Yeah, and again, this is all without their best player as well. Let's be honest. Like Kevin De Bruyne is on the bench; he's not even playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's
right.
3 points is 3 points.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
And Leicester's no pushover.
Definitely not, bro. Definitely not. Boys, we'll go on to Leeds United and Liverpool. Liverpool getting the job done again. First, we like to wish Harvey Elliott a speedy recovery, because that tackle, you don't want to see. I was speaking off camera as well about some of the bad injuries that we've seen growing up. You know, the Henrik Larsson one was the first time that we've probably seen us as kids. Like, we've seen that and we couldn't believe it. Straight through the shin pad, you can see that injury. And then we're speaking also about like the Eduardo one at Arsenal, the Luke
Alex
Shaw.
Smith.
No, it wasn't Luke Shaw. It was it Valencia or Luke Shaw? Valencia had
Luke
one
Shaw
the same.
snapped his leg in the Champions League.
Luke Shaw snapped, but Luke Shaw
But
snapped his
Valencia
leg
did
all
one
the
as
time,
well,
you know,
bro. I
but
think
he's
there
always injured.
was one where Valencia did one as well. So it's like you don't want to see these injuries happen, bro. But
especially for an 18-year-old young talent, especially like
Bro.
more than anything. Like the
And
guy's
making the first
starting, he's an 18-year-old that's starting for Liverpool every single week.
Yeah.
The guy's clearly a big talent, and he snaps his leg. And you saw, I don't know if you guys saw Klopp's post-match.
very emotional there, man.
He was shattered. Like, Klopp was so shattered. Klopp's basically telling him once he's back from injury, he's got a spot still. Like, don't worry, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's basically what he was saying in the
Well,
interview.
from what I don't know, from what I've heard and read, I don't think it was a break. I don't know, maybe Damien, you know a bit more. I don't think it was a break. I think it was just a dislocation of the ankle.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Which is-
I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
I read
I
a few
heard
different things.
Yeah, I heard it was a dislocation.
I read
of the
that they
ankle,
put it
which-
back in place already.
Yeah,
That's what I
so
heard.
if that's the case,
That shouldn't
bro,
be
it
too
shouldn't
long.
be too long with the right rehab and all that, bro. Because I think that's what happened to me, and I was out for a
I've
while.
got a specialist here if you want to see him.
Yeah. But
They've got the best medical support, bro. He'll recover.
But
Yeah.
look, Mohamed Salah getting to 100 goals. I think he sits now 5th on the Premier League. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, man, these guys, we have to put him in that conversation for one of the best strikers in the Prem now. I think it's not a debate anymore. I know one season wonder couple when he first came in, did the job. We saw, can he do it again? And he's done it 5 years later. He keeps doing it, and he got another goal to open up the scoreline there. Trent with the assist. But Damo, how do you see the overall performance from Liverpool? Even with after that injury, I know the injury came just after halftime. Was it after halftime?
Yeah, it was just after half.
Yeah.
It was already 2-0,
Yes, yeah,
63rd or
50,
something like that.
How'd you see this
Man,
game?
overall, just the same we've been playing the whole season, so far. Another clean sheet. It's good to see our backline being consistent. Trent, Robbo, Van Dijk had a little scare, I think, last week with
Holland,
the Netherlands side, but he played 90 minutes, which was awesome. Matip again, pretty calm. So it was good, man. It was another kind of 3-0, get the job done. Mane scored a late goal in the 90-plus minutes. Salah continues, scores his 100th goal. And Fabinho, who was, a couple of days ago, none of our Brazilians could play. So it was good for him to get on the score sheet. I think his last goal may have been that bomb outside the box against City. But, man, it's good to finally see players playing in those positions consistently. I think our backline's kind of sorted, and there is some depth there. The midfield is, kind of taking a bit of shape. It was obviously, like you said, disappointing for Harvey Elliott because he has started, I think, all our games so far. And that's going to rock him a little bit, coming back from an injury. Is he going to have that confidence which he was starting to see? But man, like Rami said, Klopp in the post-match interview kind of gave him that assurance that, you're not just going to disappear into the reserves when you come back. You've kind of earned your spot. So, you'll be there if you work hard enough when you get back. Man, I think just job done and on to the next for us.
Yeah, man. Job done indeed. With your backline, bro, I know Matip's been, you can't really complain about his performances, but when are we going to see your new signing come in? Kouyaté.
Man, yeah. Fucking Konate. But, bro, I want to see him play because in pre-season he did well in the minutes that he did play. I think, like all the big clubs, now that Champions League football is just around the corner,
who's your first
need to
game?
start making decisions.
Who's your first game?
I think it.
Napoli?
Yeah, Milan. I think it is.
Oh, Milan.
Milan,
Yeah.
Good to get a
Milan
start
this
there.
week.
Good to get a start.
So yeah, it's starting. So that means coaches need to make some decisions on who's going to play, how many minutes. I know Konate is there, but we also have Joe Gomez who's back as well.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen much minutes in the Premier League also since coming back from injury. So it's nice to see we've got depth there. But yeah, it'd be good because Konate's been sitting on the bench watching the game, so I'd like to see what he can actually do because he's a good footballer.
Yeah, bro. And
Yeah, but see, centre backs is a sensitive position to touch. Like,
Man, we've got
like
so many clean sheets. You don't want to change it.
oh yeah, like Matip and Van Dijk look like the ultimate partnership at the moment. Like, I wouldn't touch a thing at the moment. Like, I know you got signings, Konate's on the bench, that's all cool, but I would not touch that back line, man. Like, that back four is brilliant. The only time you touch it was when Tsimikas was playing while Robbo was injured. So the only time you touch it is putting Robbo back on. But the centre-back partnership itself, you shouldn't be touching. Like, maybe when it comes time for FA Cup, Carabao Cup, like whatever other, maybe Champions League games, Konate might come on here and there, Gomez. But when it comes to Premier League, like, you don't touch that partnership. I think it's very... Like, imagine now as United fans, we saw out of nowhere Varane or Maguire going off and Lindelof coming on. I'd turn my TV off. Look, obviously it's different. Obviously it's different because you haven't seen Konate yet. We've seen enough of Lindelof, but like when it comes to centre backs, you don't want to touch it. Like, and the thing for me, like, I know it doesn't get mentioned too much. I think the most impressive thing for me this game was Fabinho's performance and how important he is in that central role to link up everything. Like, I think it's just so important.
We missed him last season, bro. I know he was playing
big time
centre back, but when he's playing in CDM, he can offer so much more for us, which is it's good.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And Jota came close. Obviously, I think Salah gave a bit of a too much of a delivery, and he still got really well to get there and kind of get a touch. He lost his balance.
Man,
but
for a little guy, he's heading.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
I rate him.
Bro, with Mane, bro, just quickly, a lot of Liverpool fans on social media, I'm saying, weren't happy. Is there something there? Did he have a poor game? Was it a poor game just by him, or was there more to it in this game?
I can say,
frustrating or something.
Everything was great. We won 3-0 and whatnot. And he jagged the goal and so did Salah. But if you want to be critical about your own team, when it goes both ways, but when Salah is making runs and everyone watching the TV thinks, fuck, just give him the ball because he's through on goal and you don't play it, you get the shits, right? And it has been a bit frustrating. And everyone's seen it. There has been opportunities where they won't play each other, or they'll play it, a touch too late when they realize the dribble's not on for themselves or something like that. I think Salah has kind of gotten over that a little bit. Yes, you do see here and there he'll go by himself, but Mane lately, I'd say back end of last season, coming into this season, does he want to play him or not? I don't know. We're still winning games, but it's not the same.
Do you get the vibe? Do you get the vibe that Mane cares more about himself than the club? I get that vibe all the time. At the start, I didn't think so, but now it's kind of like he's kind of made a name for himself. I know he was at, I think, Southampton before, and we signed him and whatnot, but we made him at the end of the day. We did. And now that he has some records and he's won the Premier League and the Champions League and whatnot, I think he is, man. Even his goal, who was it that was in the middle and that was kind of disappointed? Like, he could have passed it again and he took turn and shot. I forgot who it was.
I think Thiago got an assist, but still.
Yeah, and you know what? To that point, I mean, Salah gave Mane chances. Like, Mane had that shot that came pretty close on his weak foot. He hit it. That was Salah that delivered it. So look, if it's Mane or anyone next to him, Salah's game is, if I'm running out of plays, I'm running. I'm not passing to you. I'm going to run at this play because I know I can take. It's not Mane. Mane takes a personal. That's his own.
But
boys, it's hard to judge a little bit when you win 3-0. But if that's a 0-0 draw and we don't win and he does that, it's like, what's going on kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But boys, with Leeds, quickly, bro, these guys have to be the most overrated team in the Premier League.
I'd agree.
I mean,
I'd agree on how much props the tactics get because they eat goals.
Yeah, like, bro, last season we beat them 6-2 at home, and now this year 5-1 at home, and they're still praising Bielsa's playing style. I'm like, if this was Oli or Arteta, they're ripping their heads off. The all these pundits and stuff, and even the fans. I just don't get. Someone explain to me what part of their football is magical and beautiful. What do they do that's different to the rest of the teams? Because last year they finished 10th, 11th, or somewhere around there.
Yeah,
bro,
which is not bad for the first season.
But with the hype around their manager,
neutrals, I would say.
Yeah, but
it's good. It's good for the neutrals. I don't know why the home fan, the actual Leeds supporters are so, behind, because I don't think they're going to do better than last year. To be honest with you.
Yeah, but what's this hype about them, bro? What's the hype? Like, they're getting walked over by every big team they play. You came to the Premier League, you're all these hype 16 years or whatever it was that you haven't been in the Premier League, and you're getting touched up by every single club. I mean, I don't know, bro. To me,
they had that first season buzz. I think that's all it was. That first season buzz.
Yeah, but they were getting slapped up last year.
Like everything. I know, but it was kind of like, because it was their first season back after so long, it was kind of just like everyone was happy to have him back. Now
and they're a big club for English football.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. So
yeah, I don't know, bro. I just think there's too much hype about these guys. I just don't see what the real big deal is. Like, I think there was more hype with Sheffield United and a certain playing style with overlapping centre backs, and they had that and it worked. But what's Bielsa trying to do, bro? He squats the whole 90 minutes. And then can't speak English, and needs his interpreter to rock up and then can't speak English, bro. You've been in English football for how long now? You can't even put two sentences. At least say very good.
Valencia was Man United's captain for how long?
He can. But we don't give Valencia. We don't give Valencia credit, bro. He can. This guy needs an interpreter, bro. Like, what's going on here?
I know,
if I look at it, what have Leeds done, bro?
Imagine that.
Hold on.
Boys, move forward. Boys,
bro. There you go. 4 games, 2 draws. And 2 losses. 17th position, bro. They might be going down.
They're going.
Did someone say? I think
they're probably going to go.
Did someone say they might be going down this season? One of us, not me, but like I think
someone said. I think someone said it'll be a disappointment if they went down. I think that's what.
Yeah, maybe Seb. I don't know.
You'd love to see the last couple of games if they are in a relegation battle. You know, it'd be pretty interesting to watch. But they're just maybe mid-table best team.
Overrated. But boys,
for Leeds versus Arsenal.
But boys, another big 6-pointer. Another 6-pointer. But boys, let's move on.
Here we go.
Special guest.
Still using a Nokia, huh?
Still using his Nokia 3315 here. But boys, we've got KG in the building. I mean, for the main game of the weekend.
Talk about hype.
Talk about hype, mate. Are you ready?
Hey,
I thought you were gonna rock up.
I thought Ronaldo was jumping on.
I thought you were gonna give us the introduction, but you know, we could jump in from
straight to it.
straight to it. Straight into it, boys. United 4, Newcastle United 1. Now this game was looking like it's gonna be a 0-0 first half. The rest of the Premier League was 0-0 first half. There was no. I feel sorry for the goal rush, and the analysis guys had nothing to cover. But thank God, Cristiano Ronaldo, the homecoming, grabbed that opening goal for us, boys. And from there, we did concede one. But then after that, you know what happens when you try to equalise at Old Trafford. You get your asses handed to you.
You get 3 more back.
That's right, exactly right. But boys. The whole week. I mean, not even the whole week. He signs like before our last game against Wolves, and then we had to wait 2 weeks. All these hype building up, and you had Opta Sports putting, 4 years of Ronaldo career stats and videos and goals and all these sort of clips on Opta Sports, getting us G'd up for this one. And he delivered. That 36-year-old is too old. He can't do it in the Premier League. He's too slow. It's not what United need. People were calling him a snake. This, that. I don't know. What are them guys saying now? I don't know what they're
calling him a snake. Hang on.
Hang on a minute.
Him a snake.
Not definitely.
He'd be a bad signing if he went to City. 36.
100%. If he went to City, boys. If he went to City, I would have went to Rami's house and took them kids, and we would have done an inferno match there. 100%. But look. It's changed now. Circumstances change, bro. Do you know what I mean? The pendulum swings the opposite way. Boys, how G'd up. I know, Damo, this is probably not your segment, mate, but the rest of the boys.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry, just to.
Damo loves Ronaldo. What are you talking about?
As a general Premier League fan, because I personally think it's the best league in the world. It was fucking great, man. You can't watch all those fucking highlights and footage before the game and Instagram stuff and not be kind of happy for the league in general. Fucking oath, he's a massive threat to the rest of the league because look what United did on the weekend. But I think it's a bigger statement, him at 36 coming back to the best league in the world and performing how he did, not going off to the Farmers League and hiding. So yeah, good on him, bro.
Calling out the Argentinian. I agree.
Di Maria, Di Maria,
Yeah,
bloody Di Maria.
absolutely. What a statement. Damien's spot on, bro.
Yeah, but boys, the rest of
He was
you,
coming back. That's why he left.
Kev, Seba, Rami, Cristiano, bro, when he walked out just for the warm up, you can hear the noise, and every time he took
Bro,
a shot in the warm up, the crowd.
Can I say one thing real quickly, bro? Honestly, this made me hate COVID and lockdown a billion times more. I've never been so emotional and alone ever in my life. I'm sitting there, Ronaldo's walking out. I don't know what to do. Who do I talk to? Who do I hug? Like, what do I do? And I have to sit there by myself, like on the edge of my seat, shaking and shit. Like, I hated it, bro, because I was fuck COVID. Man. That's all I'm saying. Because I needed to be with all the boys for that match.
Yeah,
man.
100%, bro. 100%.
What a moment, man! What a moment when he scored that goal and celebrated for the first time.
They even had. I don't think
they've
Optus Sports have ever had a player cam. This is the first time. We're breaking records here. First player to get a player cam on Optus Sports. Since they've taken over. Kev, talk to me, bro.
Yeah, mate. It hasn't been a player cam since the A-League, mate, when they were following, Shinji Ono. But
Dino Cressinger, player cam.
Hey, Kev.
Dino.
Please don't tell me they're going to start doing. Please don't tell me they're going to start doing halftime interviews, bro. Please.
Channel 503, guys. Channel 503.
Halftime interviews with Bielsa, bro. It'll be full time by the time he gets his message out. Go on, Kev. Sorry, mate. It's about Ronaldo.
I can't keep up with who's got what subscription right now with all the football that's going on in this country, but nonetheless, boys, we're probably fortunate enough, not like those guys over in the UK who, unless you had a ticket to the game, you weren't able to watch the game live. And
3 o'clock curfews.
Goosebumps through Ronaldo in warm up, Ronaldo playing the game. Everyone was just watching what he was going to do, what's going to happen next. I think personally he probably took a little bit of time to work himself into the game and find his groove, but you can just see the class, man. Like personally, that second goal, the Luke Shaw through ball, it just the mind to actually drag the ball in front of him, because the ball was probably not hit perfectly, but it was a great ball, and just being conscious to drag that ball in front of him away from the defender who's on his right, to hit it with his left, and he knows with power, just on target. Man, it felt good to have a striker. It felt good to have somebody.
Did you guys do a fucking sue when he scored? Because bro, I woke up the neighborhood.
Bro, I woke up at Denzer Park. Woke up.
Bro,
whatever was happening in Denzer Park.
They heard you in the other LGAs. I don't know. You might get a fine, bro. Watch out.
The helicopters were out.
Brother,
Seba,
noise
complaint. Seba, talk to me, bro. Cristiano's back.
Man, I can't believe that he's played another game for us, scored another couple goals for us. It's 12 years waiting, and I said it last time, I thought it was too far gone for him to come back and play for us, but he came in and he was that option up front. That second goal was like so classic Ronaldo. No uplift on the shot. He just bang, hit it so direct at the keeper. He never had a chance. And hearing the Sue echo through Old Trafford, man, like
that was the best.
It was unbelievable. I wish I was there so bad, but I'm happy that I could witness it from here. I'm just glad I saw it, because it's a good time to be a United fan. We've got something so ridiculous going on right now, and Ronaldo is truly where he belongs. And he knows it. We know it. I think everyone knows it. This is big. But with that being said, the game wasn't perfect. It was a great game, great night for us, but they still had some holes in between Ronaldo and say Matic and Pogba. I noticed a lot of empty space in dangerous positions, and it took a while for Greenwood and Sancho to realize when they should be coming in and staying out wide. But Greenwood unlocks Ronaldo for his first goal back, and he had the balls to take the shot, and standard Greenwood shot too low, hard, keeper can't deal with it. I said Lingard would make an impact off the bench. Yeah.
That's what it is, man. People shooting. Like for a while, we've just been trying to muck around outside the box for such a long time, little short passes. But shooting, man, is the best way to create chances.
I get it.
But amazing. It was good.
I get that point. I get that point too. But at the same time, 8 minutes in, or maybe even before that, Newcastle is wasting time every throw in, every goal kick, every time there was the ball.
Kicks.
they're wasting time. So
lost
you
the
got
goal
to
kick.
understand. Like you look at it, I get it, bro. I agree. Like the ball outside the box, we're moving it in the midfielders with Sancho and Greenwood and whoever, whether it was Pogba or Bruno, we're moving the ball way too slow. But I think also that frustration of Newcastle, you were 8 minutes in and we're taking almost a minute to take a goal kick, you know? And
every time.
It became to the
was
point
gonna
where
say-
the referee, it was like 15 minutes in, he's giving him a word already. But in terms of not taking any shots, if we do, I know, as a fan, if we're keeping possession and we take a shot and it goes into the grandstand, you're like, oh, bro, what's that? You know, the reaction we're gonna.
Yeah, but then Bruno goes and does what he does and lights
No,
up.
I get it, but like Bruno had a lot of space in front of him to take a touch. There was no one really pressing
If it's
because
on.
it's on. But I just think they made it. Newcastle knew what was gonna happen, bro. They knew that we just gotta park the bus from the first minute. They were shitting bricks from walking out, and that's something that we've never seen since Fergie has left. Since I can even say probably since the 08-09 team, maybe the 9-10 team, where other teams will be in the tunnel and be like, fuck, we've lost. We've actually lost. Do you know what I mean? I can see now this team, you're walking out, you're looking over, there's Ronaldo, Pogba, Bruno, Sancho. When Rashford comes back, Greenwood might not be, the biggest star, but bro, don't let him take a hit, because once he gets that once going, bro, it's like you said, he low and hard, keeper makes a mistake, can't even handle the ball. And we're looking at these players, all right, David De Gea, Varane in the back, you're looking at these players and you're like, fuck, we're in trouble.
I don't think anybody had a poor game either. It was just
Wan-Bissaka. I think Wan-Bissaka was probably our worst player.
I think Wan-Bissaka had an off game.
First half was shocking, to be honest.
Maybe an off game. But I don't think it was terrible. Like he made
No, it wasn't.
But maybe just going forward.
I think it was. I think it was pretty
slow.
bad.
I think it was just slow. I think it was slow. It wasn't necessarily poor. I think.
Look,
even with Sancho, I'm actually going to say with Sancho, I think he's coming good, man. I just think he took maybe one too many, or he hesitated just a little bit. He was probably a second or two off the pace. Yeah, because he got into some really good positions, was one-on-one with defenders, was going to take them on, but maybe waited just a little bit too long for the pass or the cross. But he's getting there. I don't think he was poor. I think he's just catching up with the game. But it's looking good. It was just a bit slow. We were commenting on it live. And I was saying, look, it is really slow. Like tactically, we're very slow. But then all of a sudden, you got Matic pretty much on the edge of the box. You've got Maguire not far behind him, which led to the goal, really, because the two centre-backs were out of position. Luke Shaw gets caught on the right trying to cover for Wan-Bissaka. Maguire misses a tackle, so on and so forth. But overall, I think it was a good game, a good result. I think if we just pick up the pace, and that's what City do really well, they just make unnecessary passes, but the ball keeps moving, right? It doesn't let the defense sit still. Yeah. And if we just pick up the pace a little bit, we're going to create a lot of opportunities. That last goal was the perfect example. It was just get the ball moving. Pogba, Donny, Lingard, goal. And it was a Martial fake as well, like dummy, and it sets up an opportunity. It's just got to be quick. It's got to be on the move. It can't be slow.
100%. Damo, got a smile on your face there, man. I know you're happy for United getting that victory. But before, look.
You got to ask the question, sorry.
Yeah.
You surely win the league, right? Surely this team,
quadruple.
there's no excuses anymore.
Quadruple, yeah.
Oh, they're competing for the league. I don't think you can put it past Chelsea, Liverpool, and I was gonna say Arsenal. Do you believe it?
No. You know what? Let's hold it there. Let's hold it there, bro. Let's hold it there because we know Chelsea are here with the players they got. Yeah, we know City are City, and we know Liverpool can pull off something as well. Bro, clip this up. I do not care, bro. I don't think Liverpool have got the depth enough, especially going through all the competitions, to keep up through the whole season. I could be wrong. Yeah. Chelsea, you can see them being thereabouts. But bro, look at the team, bro. And everyone's saying we're playing rubbish. Our performance has been shit. All right, let's just say we start giving 7 out of 10 performances. Once everyone starts gelling together. Bro, we should be winning the league. Like, if I was a rival, if I didn't support United, looking at United's team, I'd be like, bro, if you guys do not win the league this season with the players that you got, then then it's a
Solskjaer's
failure.
gotta go.
He's got to go. No,
That
100%.
was my next question. Yeah.
Solskjaer,
Is he
if
out?
if you
You know,
don't-
the
if-
Premier
No, I
League?
don't think
he
if he-
doesn't win the league this year, this is Solskjaer's last
No, no,
saving
if
try.
Solskjaer-
You can win the
Look,
Carabao
look.
Cup, you can win these Mickey Mouse tournaments, but if he doesn't win the league,
Nah.
is he out?
Look. If he doesn't come at least close, like as in second, really, really close, or he doesn't compete for a Champions League thing, or that's the closest he'd come to him not winning the league in order for him to keep his job.
He would
Otherwise,
have to lose like Liverpool lost it by 1 point on the final day for him to be
Something
like,
like that.
all right,
Keep
you
his job.
challenge. To keep, yeah. No, not for as fans. I'll probably if you're not lifting a trophy, there's no silverware. No matter what, you have to go. But for the board, the way they run, he could probably
that's
win a
what they're gonna
Carabao
look
Cup and top 4. That's probably good enough for them. But I think even just me, you know my thing on managers in general, they need time. I can see the progress that Oli has made in terms of the rebuild. Yeah, I've said it before. In-game management, he's probably got it wrong a few times, but he didn't do too bad in this game with the substitutions, right?
But the caliber,
needs to.
but the
He
caliber
needs-
of players we've got
Yeah.
now on the team.
To me,
it
for him
deserves
to
have-
keep his job, he either has to be both the league and FA Cup or the Champions League, right? I just think it has to be not just like, come on, bro. You're gonna get Luton, you're gonna get like these Portsmouths and stuff. You gotta walk over them now. There's no more going into penalties against derbies anymore. You gotta finish them off early with a few reserve players on, mix them up with the starting lineup.
Yeah.
But it can't like this is it. Even for me, bro, that's
It's an FA Cup plus something. It's
No,
that
yeah.
season.
Okay,
Yeah, FA Cup
okay.
plus a very close finish in the league, or if not the league, or
Champions
FA
League.
Cup Champions League. I personally think we're gonna go deep into the Champions League. I've actually got money on us to win the Champions League, but I think that's probably a competition that's more going to suit our squad than the longevity of a whole season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And injuries as well, bro. Like if everyone stays fit, but we got the depth. That's the thing now. Like with Liverpool, they didn't have the depth where Van Dijk gets injured, they got no one there. Then when the January window comes and you still don't get no one, you know what I mean? At least here. No worries, Rashford's not playing. No worries, bro. He's Sancho. He's Greenwood. All right. Ronaldo's here. No worries, Cavani. Have a rest this week. You'll be back in against young boys. You're gonna play Champions League.
It kills me that
and then you're coming.
Cavani is our second option as a 9. That kills me. That's how
But
in
bro,
depth our
if you
team
wanna
is right now.
to win leagues, Fergie had 4 strikers, bro. Look at when
Yeah,
we
he
won
did.
the treble.
Always,
Bro, he took off
always.
Cole and York and put on Solskjaer and Sheringham came on in the final.
Yeah.
So you're like, look at the options. When you have them sort of options, you're like, fuck, but what chance do we have? When City won were Centurions, their bench was ridiculous, bro. You're looking at their bench and you're like, bro, how are we supposed to beat? And we got fucking what do you call him? Your Ashley Young's playing, and you got your Pereiras and all these guys on our bench. Fellaini's playing, and these guys got guns all over
You're
on
terrified
the
to make
bench.
a sub.
This is what I mean. Nah, Damo, bro.
Look at the difference now. Now, if anyone
I
gets
think
injured,
we gotta
replace them
we
besides
have to
centre-backs, besides centre.
with the players that we got and the time that Oli has taken. Just him in general, we have to be winning trophies and has to be the major ones. Like you said, Carabao Cup
And
could
he
be a
can't
bonus,
say-
could be a little
and
bonus
you know
one to
what,
get everyone G'd up because it's in February the final, and then you go on for the rest of the. I'll take a Carabao Cup and a league Carabao Cup and the Champions League. Okay, if you make the final in the FA Cup and lose to like a City or Liverpool or someone or you have an off game or whatever. But bro, you need to win, bro. That's it. This is it. There's no more mucking around, bro. Not with this team, cuz. Don't
And you
like,
can't really build
You know
a
what,
better team,
Borges?
right?
What was that?
Yeah, I was saying you can't really build a better team. You brought in a centre back who's won
CDM.
everything.
CDM. That was the last thing
Okay,
we're missing.
but-
Look,
but-
We're like
saying
2
that-
players off a perfect squad.
yeah, but
honestly.
City
Yeah,
won it
yeah,
without a
yeah.
striker.
Which team-
City won it without a striker. Then City won it without De Bruyne a couple seasons ago. So we should have enough depth to around the rest of the field
But
to
it's
kind of
But it's
cover.
Pep Guardiola versus Solskjaer. That's
Yeah,
the
but
difference.
bro, look at the players. They
But even
I
if
know,
you want to
I
have a look
know.
at the Liverpool side who won it, everyone loves to take the piss, but fuck, we had Jordan Henderson playing in centre midfield, right? Most of the season. So I don't know, man. Your squad's pretty.
But you have
fucking
Fabinho. But you have
unbelievable.
Fabinho as a CDM. I know he played.
okay.
You
Ken,
have Fabinho as a CDM.
from the
Like-
defensive mids that we have now, yeah, you got Matic, who didn't do too bad this weekend, but I don't think he has the legs
No, I
to do it
didn't
in
mind
every
him.
single game. Fred,
He's not a 90-minute man.
Fred and McTominay, yeah. Out of them 3, maybe Donny said he can play 6 on the Rio podcast. So if let's just say Donny plays in that 6 role, you got 4 players there. You're telling me out of them 4, they can't do a 6 out of 10 job throughout the season for us to win the league.
Yeah.
Surely they can, bro. Surely you can stop a few challenges and give the ball
It
away.
just depends on who's prioritised. That's the big
That's the thing. The thing with
with
Liverpool,
we can.
The thing with Liverpool, with Henderson, yeah, bro, he's not the best player, but ball retention. When he gets the ball, he doesn't lose it. He doesn't give it away. Fred gives it away every second, cuz.
If you bring a player in CDM, you're like a PSG then now. Like, I know it's not Messi, fucking
No, 100%, bro.
Neymar and
If you bring in, if you bring in Declan Rice,
the same as the Premier League, right?
Yeah, 100%. If you bring in someone like Declan Rice, which is now United's number 1 target next to Haaland, then bro, what more do you want? There's no. You should be. If you bring in whoever you want, bro, pick whoever, your Neves, whoever you guys want, Indeed's, put whoever you want there. Yeah, bro, we should be competing every single year till they all retire or leave. But you need to sign Pogba on another deal as well. He still needs to be there, or unless the plan is
coming,
yeah.
bro.
But apparently, are you sure? I heard rumors something else.
I reckon.
I heard rumors something else.
Oh, I don't know. Now that Ronaldo's there as well and everything.
Look, in terms,
He looks happy.
Yeah, doing the Lingard celebrations.
Wait,
and all
look,
that.
Borcha, I was gonna say about the match, man. Like, I know we focus on, obviously, like we speak about Ronaldo and the hype around all that, but you look at the overall squad. I know you keep talking about all these players we've signed and how good the squad looks. You look at Varane had an amazing performance with Maguire, absolutely brilliant. Shaw had a brilliant performance. Matic did the role. Bruno, like the commentator said, don't forget about me. Like, he scored the absolute bomb. Greenwood, I feel like, I know we got Ronaldo, that's a different class on its own. I think Greenwood going up front, driving at defenders, most dangerous attacking player that United have at the moment. He looks amazing, and I think he's only going to grow under Ronaldo. Sancho, like you guys said, he's starting to find his feet. How quick his feet move against players, it's scary. Like, the way he moves the ball is ridiculous. You look at the overall squad, Pogba's got what? How many assists in 4 games now? 8 assists, 7 assists. Like, what is that? You know what I mean? So you got Pogba who's firing and all these players that's firing. I don't see why we shouldn't. Yeah, and obviously on the flip side, props to Newcastle. They gave us a hard time in the beginning. I think they did for sure. Their stupid tactics of the wasting time kind of killed the momentum. That was the whole point. Kill the momentum. The stadium's buzzing about Ronaldo. Kill it down until we get told off. They did that. And props to Newcastle. Their counter-attack goal was brilliant. Like, the pace going up front against us we couldn't catch him. Like, Wan-Bissaka's trying to chase him and he couldn't do it. Like, it was a great goal, but
some finish.
It was some finish, exactly right. The way Maximum let it off, and we saw Maximum causes a bit of a hard time as well, a little bit, not as much as Traore did previously for Wolves, but there's still work to be done. That this team's going to gel. Once this team gels, give it a few more weeks, then that's where it gets really exciting. It gets really exciting once we start seeing Cavani filter in that role as well. Sometimes Rashford comes back, hopefully Donny gets some game time. Varane and Maguire looking stronger and stronger, all the time. You look at the goal we scored, it started at Varane hitting it to Bruno dropping it off to Matic playing it in, and then through ball to Shaw, plays it through. The counter-attack from defense, centre-back, all the way going forward, bro, it looked brilliant. Like, as an overall squad, it looked magic.
And you got to look at with that goal you just talked about now, Rami. You're looking at the players who got the touches when were moving off the ball. But one key run in that goal was Sancho's run. You could even say he didn't touch the ball in that play, but he made the run that created the space for Ronaldo. Because once he made that run, once he peeled him off, Ronaldo had all the space in the world. The other defender didn't know, should I stick to him or should I just give him a bit of space? And once Ronaldo was on the ball, it was a guaranteed goal, bro. I know people might say, the first one was a tap in, yeah, but you got to be there. He was the only one to react out of 22 players.
He was the only one on the whole field that reacted.
And then the second one, he went through the keeper's legs, yeah, but when you hit it with that much pace, bro, it's gonna go through your legs. But
you can't take those fans serious, man. You can't.
Yeah,
you can't take those fans serious.
But thank God Ronaldo got them goals, because that little spin he tried to do in the 8th minute, that would have been memeing around if he didn't get a winner.
Would have been repeated on non-stop. Honestly,
can I just ask on the CDM role at the moment? I mentioned them 4 players. Could you see someone? Because ball retention, like we're talking about with Henderson, yeah, Henderson he's probably not your flashy player, but when he gets the ball, he keeps the ball, he controls the tempo of the game, and he doesn't give away the ball. He doesn't pass it out or pass it to the opposition, which is what Fred does. Can Lindelof play that role? Honestly, because I think on the ball, I think he's probably one of our better players, as in distribution. Could he play that role?
Or can't header a ball, so I'd say no.
Yeah, but you got Varane behind you. When you got Varane behind you, it's all about ball retention. You want to try keep the ball. He can find the part.
I would all day. McTominay takes that role.
What do you? But he's injured now. I don't know when he's coming back, but he's injured.
Yeah, you're right.
What do you guys look for in a DM? Because a lot of the players that were linked with Neves and your even were linked with Saul Niguez and your Declan Rice, they all got different things to their game. What are we looking for? Are we looking for someone that's going to control, make tackles like your Kante? It's going to win the ball.
Simple, yeah.
So
it depends on the game. Okay. Depends on the game. Depends on the.
Yeah, but you can't buy you. This guy's talking from space.
What do you mean? I said depends on the opponent.
No.
Your connection. Yeah, but
it's better now.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, as a 1 second thing.
I get what you mean, but at the same time, it's like you can't have let's just say 5 different defensive mids. If you could get one, what kind of style?
To keep it simple, you do. Obviously, the ideal is you take a Kante. Obviously, that's the obvious one. But I just want a defensive mid that can win the ball, find feet. Win the ball, find feet. Win the ball, find feet. That's all I want. Like, I'll take Fabinho from Liverpool all day, any day of the week.
We're very top heavy. We're very top heavy. We need to counteract that. You know,
but with the players that we got.
Me personally, I think Matic is the choice because he is a defensive-minded player.
Okay.
And bro, he's more calm on the ball outside the box, outside our own box, than he is the opposition.
Yeah, okay,
but you know what? Matic of 6 years ago would have been perfect.
Yeah, but you know what the problem? The problem with Matic, right? This is another problem. This is what I mean by what kind of style do you want your CDM to be? Because Matic, he was good, wins the ball, offloads it, plays the feet. Yeah, you could say he plays the simple passes, which is pretty much what you need your center defensive mid to do. But when it came to outside of the box, he didn't have the creativity to slip in a through ball, to chip a ball over the top, like maybe like a Kante, like a Jorginho, maybe, who plays in them sort of roles, even Fabinho a little bit as well.
But I think...
Go on.
But sorry, I was saying, I think that, like, you guys know United in and out anyway, but I think that depends how United wants to actually play. Are they going to be a team who wins the ball and then hits on the counter, or they're going to be a team who controls the game?
That's what I mean. That's why I'm asking the boys, what would they like to see? Yeah. Because there's different styles of center defensive mid. You can get Neves. Neves is going to win you the ball, but he's going to look to create. So he's also got a bit of a Bruno vibe where he wants to create an opportunity for you. But then if we get caught, we're screwed because now we've got another hole there.
I think Borcho. I think we have enough players that can create chances for us and that can go forward. I think we just need a defensive mid that can win the ball. Give it to someone like Bruno. Take care of the rest. That's all we need. Short
ball. And I think with Matic going forward, he was definitely sloppy, but the dude doesn't have much game time yet.
I just think
those will come and he'll get better and better.
The only reason he was that far forward, I mean, bro, it looked like Lindelof was playing center defensive. Maguire was center defensive mid because that's how high all our whole team was. But
that's
why give it to Pogba
instead.
Say that again,
Kev. I wouldn't have minded Donny.
This game I would have played Donny instead because you didn't need that extra player. That was just the way. That's what I was saying. Depends on the opposition.
Okay, I get the whole.
Playing the big teams, I'd put McTominay.
I get the whole. You don't need an extra player, and we did say I know Pogba was sitting at times a little bit too deep than us fans wanted to. But bro, no one can switch the ball like Pogba does. When Pogba's in space, the way he pings balls to players, there's no one else that does that. And he's done it in so many games where he's just pinged the ball across and now we're on the counter. I don't see anyone else doing that.
He's playing deep, Borche, and he's still getting these assists,
he picks his moments when to come in and around the box and look to link up.
Perfect.
I know he's a bit too deep than us fans want, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. Look, it's obvious
that's where I've always wanted him. That's where I was when it was further back, bro.
I want Pogba behind the 9 with Bruno. I'll take all day. I'll take that all day.
Well, with a defensive midfielder next to him, he can choose. Like Butcher said, he's got the IQ to know when to go up, when to stay back.
He's a box to box. He's a box to box.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, it's a box to box.
But overall, boys, before we wrap up, overall, you boys are happy, smiles on your faces. No, we can keep going, bro.
Yeah, let's keep going, bro. Damn it, let's keep going, bro. Man United.
Yeah, we can keep going, bro. We can keep going. You know, the goat is back in the Premier League, bro. It's not going to be a 2-minute video. There's a button that says leave the stream. You're more than welcome, bro. You're more than welcome. The button's there. We can carry on. We can carry on, brother. The show must go on.
That's enough.
The goat is back, brother.
That's enough for this week. We'll be back next week.
The goat is back. The goat is back. But you guys enjoyed obviously the game. Where United finishing? You guys were in sync there. You guys were in sync. What's that?
His ones.
Hey, fair call, bro.
These ones. And on that one, boys, Jesse Lingard, the real goat. Jesse Lingard, the real goat. My boys, who you guys bagged me out about Jesse Lingard.
No. So I always said he's not starting.
Rami's got it. I'm gonna mute you, Rami.
Said he's a squad player.
I'm gonna mute you soon.
I've never agreed that he's a starting player.
You called him a snake when he went to West Ham.
You said,
yeah, bro. You called Ronaldo a snake. He was sucking him off, bro. Get out of here, bro.
yeah. Show me where the receipts. Where are the receipts? Yeah, where are the receipts? Where are the receipts, bro? Show me the receipts.
I'll log into our Football Capital Instagram page now and get the highlights.
Get the highlights. Get the receipts out, because I said if he goes to the city, he'll definitely be a snake, bro. 100%.
You said you were eating a bag of Ronaldo snakes on the next podcast.
Oh, what? And what happened? And he heard, he got scared, and now he's here. But my boy Lingard is getting the job done. The real goat.
I know you love Ronaldo. I know you love United. We're just taking the piece. But let's be honest, bro. With Lingard, I've always said he's a United player. He's not a United starting player. And I still agree with that.
You said, I'll bring him up. I'll bring up your receipts where you said get rid of him and sell him. I'll get the receipts out. I'll bring the receipts out. There it is, guys. It's on. It's on. I heard.
Review to group chat.
I'll play your snake thing on repeat if you want me to, bro.
I'll put it up. I can put it up. I can put it up.
Lingard off the bench. Great play to come off the bench. Absolutely. So it's good to have him back as well.
Fantastic.
Especially he had a good season, West Ham.
But so boys,
it was good to see.
Rami wants to still continue, you know. But we've got breaking news. There's a few eye emojis in our Pro Clubs group, so we have to wrap up the podcast. Yeah, if you know, you know.
Wait, this is
I don't know about Ronaldo, but I'm gonna do the sue.
Yeah. We got confirming
this
from
just in. This just in, Suburban Dreamer inked a 12-month deal with the Football Capital earlier this week.
Transfer rumors over the weekend,
boys. But yeah, we'll do. You can do a transfer video on that, Rami.
Number 4.
Go do a transfer video on that. But guys, like always, thanks for watching. Leave all your sues in the comments, and we'll catch you on the next one. Come on, United.